If someone threatens an innocent person with lethal bodily harm, and the threatened person spreads them all over the landscape, that's violent, but it's the proper and satisfactory conclusion.
Hey, I'm with Buz Mills. Buz is the owner of Gunsite Academy. When this guy talks, you need to take notes because everything he touches turns to gold, including Gunsite. Can you tell me about how you turned Gunsite into gold?
Well, I don't know that we turned Gunsite into gold or not, but what we did was Gunsite had been foundering for a few years due to lack of, well, leadership in the business community, inability to get to make a buck. And part of that might have come from Cooper, because Jeff has always been quick to say, you know, he's not a very good businessman. What he is a trainer, he's a teacher, you know, an educator, and he always had been. My shooting career really took off when I got associated with Gunsite back in the 70s. And 1999, the fellow that owned Gunsite called me up and he said, I need somebody to come take this over. And my idea was to make Gunsite bigger and better than it had ever been. I came out and we looked at it, and we had to do a lot of work. So I got some engineers together and we redesigned the whole place for drainage and roads and all that sort of thing. We put that in, we paved the roads, and we rebuilt all the shoot houses, rebuilt all the ranges, and put in all new stuff. Then in 03, 04, 05, we started fighting over in the Middle East. And so the military had a lot of money, and they wanted to send their people to Gunsite. And so we made a small business, if you will, out of taking care of them and getting their folks spun up to go for deployment.
But I'll tell you, being a Marine at that time and deploying, and then going to schools afterwards, and then helping being a curriculum developer and doing course content review, Gunsite has had more of an influence on the training in the Marine Corps than I would say any outside organization ever, from what I understand from in the past, because I see all the Gunsite stuff, the terms that are used here, everything else. We borrowed a lot of things that we learned from Gunsite Academy.
Our reach and our influence is increasing rapidly. Now with the advent of social media, we have increasing enrollment. We have our alumni association is just growing by leaps and bounds, and here again, I think what it is we've got a good doctrine, good solid doctrine. It's been adopted by all the military special operations people across the board, and they teach our doctrine now, and it has been proven to keep people alive. Today, you know, I'm unapologetic in my support for the Second Amendment. I think that's the way life is, and these are, you know, that's a God-given right, guaranteed by the Constitution in our country, as it should be. But along with that goes responsibility. If you're going to own a firearm, and then you have a responsibility to learn how to operate that, to learn how to be safe with it, to learn how to teach other people that you're around to be safe with their weapons. So that's a responsibility that you can't dodge. Firearms are so unforgiving. They're so unforgiving. And so this is a right, and I'm against a requirement, but I'm all for exercising the responsibility.
Right, I'm against any mortal man telling me what I have to do as a requirement, but I think us as a community should come to places like Gunsite and pressure our friends, our peers, into going and getting training with them, because we have to do that as a community. We don't need somebody else to legislate that.
Absolutely. We've got to insist on responsibility. And another thing that we need to do is recurrent training. And you know, well, a lot of folks don't know it, but here at Gunsite, we have a recurrent training option, if you will, and we have people come out here almost every weekend. We'll see 50 to 100 people out here just doing a weekend recurrent. And that's a minimum charge to do that, but we only do it for...
They want a refresher, they got a new gun, a new holster. Yeah.
Exactly. They can come out here and they can work the range all day. We go through a shoot house and that sort of thing. So it's a great thing, and it helps maintain currency. Skill at arms is highly perishable skill, and you need to work on it constantly. We are bigger and better than ever.
Buz, thanks for taking the time for the interview, and thanks for hosting us out here and letting us come out here and hang out. I've been wanting to come here for many years, so it's a pleasure to be here and great to see you again. So.
Well, it's great to see you, and thank you very much. Come back when you can.
Thank you.